Hi there. This is a set of videos that I put together just for you. I look forward to reading your comments and receiving your suggestions on how to make these videos more enjoyable or ideas for specific content that you might have. Thanks for watching. Today, all Porsches, including a pair of C4Ss and a pair of C4 GTSs, and an off-road example, plus our look at upcoming sales. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Meridian over Blue 2003 Boxster with 68,000 miles sold for $19,750. Acquired on this platform in 2021 for $22,250, this was a fair sale. A red 1958 Porsche Diesel Junior 108 tractor sold for $29,000. Okay, I'll call this a fair sale. A black 2003 911 C4S Coupe with 91,000 miles sold for $32,500. I like these, and this was a fair sale. A Guards red over black 29 years owned 1986 911 Cabriolet with 80,000 miles sold for $46,000. The car likely needs a little mechanical refresh and perhaps more. Based on the info provided, this was a roll of the dice and therefore well sold. A silver and black twin turbocharged 1976 914 sold for $38,000. Acquired in June last year for $42,000, this may have been a fair sale. Not my kind of car. Another 76 914, this a wonderful Malaga red over white example that sold for $51,000. About $75,000 in service between 2019 and 2022 has been performed. I like this car, and it was a fair sale. A Carrera white over garnet red 4100 mile 2016 911 C4 GTS Cabriolet sold for $125,991. Sticker on this was $151,000. This was well sold. An agate gray 12,000 mile 2016 911 C4 GTS Coupe sold for $133,000. An interesting last pair of cars. The Coupe is the pick of the pair, and I think it was also well sold. A black 36,000 mile 1996 911 C4S sold for $148,000. This was a high sale, and about right for the car. An Albert Blue 1970 911S Coupe sold for $181,000. Bid to $158,000 in 2018. Today, this seems to have been a fair sale. Two Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met April 1st and 2nd. A triple black 2006 911S Cabriolet with 56,000 miles was bid to $39,654. A burgundy 1969 912 Coupe was bid to $50,000. In upcoming sales on Bring a Trailer, a Baltic Blue 40,000 mile 1990 911 Coupe has a current bid of $150,000. A Glacier White 24 years family-owned 1997 911 Turbo has a current bid of $141,018. A Meteor 25 years owned 1986 911 Turbo Coupe has a current bid of $104,000. An Aga Blue 1967 911S Coupe has a current bid of $55,000. A Grand Prix White 1992 911 Carrera RS Club Sport has a current bid of $101,964. A black Rest of World 1993 911 Turbo 3.6 has a current bid of $200,000. On PCAR Market, an Arctic Silver 10,000 mile 2003 911 GT2 has a current bid of $120,000. A Maritime Blue 1993 911 built by Japanese designer RWB has a current bid of $163,000. A white 1998 911 GT2 Evo race car has a current bid of $200,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 928, 944, 968, and 4 911s, including a 911R. Hi there. In Porsche sales today on Bring a Trailer, a Montego Black 1984 944 sold for $14,194. Not a bad car. This was a fair sale. A Wine 1982 928 with 74,000 miles sold for $15,250. A nice shade on this 928. Not my choice of interior shades. Regardless, this seems to have been well purchased. A Lagoon Green 1992 968 coupe with 97,000 miles sold for $27,000. A very nice looking car. This was well sold. A black 2008 911 C4S coupe with 80,000 miles sold for $54,500. Overall, this is a clean car, and it was well sold. A ruby red modified 1984 911 coupe with 184,000 miles sold for $70,911. Lots of mods here, but the engine isn't that much out of stock tune, but it has been optimized by a reputable shop. This was a fair sale. A Grand Prix White 1989 911 C4 coupe with 79,000 miles sold for $94,500. This is a clean car, and I think it was a fair sale. A white with red stripes, 685-mile 2016 911R sold for $470,000. Number 703 out of 991 examples, this was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this special car in today's short video. On Cars and Bids, a GT Silver over Blue modified 2005 911S coupe with 67,000 miles sold for $48,500. There are a few mods here, like a really nice exhaust and a bit of an unnecessary wing. This was likely a fair sale. 2 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 3rd. A black 2009 Cayenne GTS with 75,000 miles was bid to $31,500. A Guards Red 1993 911 RS America with 40,000 miles was bid to $121,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, some very nice Porsches. GT2, GT3, a 928 GT, plus a pair of Ferraris, a Mondial Cab, and a 308. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a black over dusty, sandy, Savannah beige, 45,000-mile 2003 911 Cabriolet sold for $40,250. This is a well-maintained 996, and it was well sold today. A Grand Prix White 5.9-liter powered 1989 928 GT with 53,000 miles sold for $130,000. The engine in this 928 was originally 4.5 liters, and it was bored out to 5.9, and virtually every mechanical component in the car has been touched. This was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. A Lava Orange 11,000-mile 2018 911 GT3 sold for $178,000. Sticker on this 991 was $177,000. This was well sold despite not having color-accurate photos. And now for something completely different. A Slot Mods Porsche 917 Le Mans Slot Car Raceway sold for $205,000. I thought signs were odd. This is odd. A power opening mechanism exposes the 13 by 6 foot track layout. It's something to behold, and it seems wildly well sold. For Ferrari today, a Nero over beige 1992 Mondial T Cabriolet with 56,000 miles sold for $44,000. Ready for a service that will likely cost $10,000 or more, this was still well purchased. A Rosso Chiaro 1979 308 GTB with 19,000 miles sold for $76,000. Previously sold on this platform in 2020 for $78,000, this was a fair sale today. On P-Car Market, a black over Bordeaux and black 6,000-mile 2020 Porsche Boxster Spyder sold for $117,777. The sticker on this car was about $128,000. Modified with a snazzy stripe, a cool tow hook labeled to avoid confusion, and Pegasus on each wing. This was well sold. An Arctic Silver 10,000-mile 2003 911 GT2 sold for $201,000. A beautiful car, like new. This was well sold, and I hope it gets driven. A Maritime Blue 1993 911 Coupe by Japanese designer and builder RWB sold for $241,000. RWB does some impressive work, and I think this was a fair sale today. One Porsche on Bring a Trailer failed to meet its reserve pricing today, April 4th. A Speed Yellow modified 1973 911 2.5 liter was bid to $127,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 5 911s, including a pair of turbos, and Ferraris include a 348 TB, a 550 Maranello, and a Testarossa. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, an Arctic Silver over Black 2002 911 Targa with 64,000 miles sold for $30,000. Fitted with a replacement engine and acquired on this platform last August for $28,250, this was a fair sale. A sand beige twin plug 1967 912 coupe sold for $79,500. A very nice car. This seems to have been a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. A Carrera White 24,000-mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $142,000. A sky-high price for this 997 Turbo. This cocoa leather interior example was very well sold. A beautiful Baltic Blue 40,000-mile 1990 911 Coupe sold for $150,000. The interior is striking and maybe a bit hard to live with, but the car is exceptional. This was a fair sale. Ferraris today include a Rosso Corsa 18,000-mile 1989 Testarossa that sold for $186,543. A clean car that has been idle for a while, this was likely a fair sale. A Nero 10,000-kilometer 1999 550 Maranello sold for $201,000. Another closeted car, and yet another fair sale. On Cars and Bids, a Polar Silver over Blue 1996 Porsche 911 Turbo with 37,000 miles sold for $180,000. Perhaps just a little bit rich. The interior isn't up to what the exterior and mechanicals appear. A 100,000-mile plus black over black 1990 Ferrari 348 TS, formerly in the hands of YouTube star Tyler Hoover, sold for $46,500. Probably a fair sale. This is at least a nice conversation piece. On P-Car Market, a Grand Prix White over Black 77,000-mile 1994 Porsche 968 Cabriolet sold for $16,250. A good-looking car. This seems to have been a fair sale. A Grand Prix White 1974 911 Carrera RSR Brumos Tribute sold for $97,000. 1,900 pounds and 300 plus horsepower. It runs. This was likely a fair sale. 2 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 5th. A blue twin-plug 3.8-liter powered 1971 911E RSR race car was bid to $51,500. A Guards Red 1985 911 Coupe M491 with a blazing red interior was bid to $90,000. On Cars and Bids, a nice-looking gentian blue over black 2020 Porsche 718 Boxster Spider with 8,400 miles was bid to $100,001. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 3 turbos, 944, 993, and 996. Ferraris include a 348 TB and an F355 Spider. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a beige 1987 944 Turbo with 47,000 miles sold for $25,750. Beige over beige doesn't typically draw my interest, but this is a nice 951 and the sale price seems fair. A Carrera White 31,000 mile 2006 Cayman S presented by a great seller sold for $38,000. A top price for a nice car, this 987 was well sold. An Arctic Silver 10,000 mile 2003 911 Turbo Coupe X50 sold for $93,000. Too much of a premium for a low-mile X50, in my opinion. This was well sold. A Glacier White 24 years family-owned 1997 911 Turbo with 63,000 miles sold for $185,500. A very clean 993. This was well sold. Now, Ferraris. A Rosso Corsa 27,000 mile 1992 348 TB was sold for $77,777. This was a fair sale of a relatively low-mile car, certainly a garage queen by most standards, other than Ferrari. Our next Ferrari has similar mileage, this a black over beige 29,000 mile 1997 F355 Spider sold for $93,000. It's tough to tell if the interior of the car is dirty and can be cleaned or worn. Either way, it likely should have been addressed in an auction for a $100,000 car. This was well sold. On PCAR Market, a black, modified 33,000 mile 1986 911 Turbo Slant Nose 3.4 liter sold for $84,000. Perhaps routinely classified as a fair sale, the slant nose conversion used OEM steel parts, and the mods to the engine include a nice Ondial intercooler. The market is punishing the example because it's not original, and I think that made it an opportunity for the buyer. My guess is that at some point in the future, this will receive additional financial love from the community. I'll show more and add a few words about this car in today's short video. 2 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 6th. Pumpkin, an orange over black 1970 Porsche 914-6 was bid to $34,250. A Nero over beige 1985 Ferrari 308 GTS Quattro Vivale with 107,000 miles was bid to $65,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 8 911s, a Boxster, and a 944. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a triple black 11,000 mile 2001 Boxster presented by a great seller sold for $21,000. A sale that includes the factory hardtop, this car was a fair sale. A black over an arid sea of sandy savanna beige interior supplemented with dead trees 2000 911 Cabriolet with 29,000 miles sold for $33,499. Yellow and woodsy, not my fave. This was another open-top Porsche sold with the hardtop, and this was also a fair sale. An Arctic Silver 2005 911S Coupe with 74,000 miles sold for $46,000. To me, this is too high for this car, fitted with a non-OEM aero kit. It's not a bad car, it just looks bad. Chunky and poorly shaped. Bad. A tangerine-ish 1972 911T sold for $60,500. A great deal of work went into the interior and engine of this car. Originally tangerine, then repainted by a shop, while the owner had the doors and bumper removed. The shop closed, and a second shop sourced his Tangerine from a different vendor for the bumpers and doors. It's close. This was a fair sale. A silver, backdated twin-plug 1984 911 coupe presented by a great seller sold for $142,000. This car definitely sounds like a hot rod, and the sale price seems reasonable given the parts utilized. I'll show more and help describe the lure of backdates in today's short video. A Meteor, 25 years owned 1986 911 Turbo Coupe with 99,000 miles sold for $157,500. Paint to sample Meteor. Yum. A bit of a curious auction. The seller seemed to ignore several questions, yet the car brought a fair price. On PCAR Market, a Guards Red 1983 944 project car sold for $3,000. It runs, it drives, it stops. It's not the most eager-sounding 944 I've experienced, but $3,000. Drive it, track it, whatever. Bargain. A triple black 2005 911 Cabriolet with 53,000 miles, fitted with searing red seat covers, sold for $34,000. Yikes. This was a fair sale, as it includes the stock black seat covers. A violet Chromaflare 25,000 mile 2000 911 C4 Me, a C4 Millennium Edition, sold for $40,000. I like the color on these, but the supposedly brown interior isn't as pleasing. This was a fat price, perhaps a bit on the well-sold side. A mostly matte silver modified 1979 911 SC 3.2 liter sold for $57,000. Fitted with fiberglass pieces, its intended design goal was to emulate a melange of a IROC-ish, RS-ish, and SC-ish pieces. This was well sold. Not particularly well painted, but it is ready to be towed. Well sold. 2 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 7th. A Polar Silver 30,000 mile 2001 911 Turbo Coupe was bid to $56,055. A Grand Prix White over Black 1990 911 C4 Cabriolet 3.8 liter with 68,000 miles was bid to $74,000. A Gallo Modena 8,000 mile 1994 Ferrari 348 Spider was bid to $105,000. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red modified 1995 911 Carrera RS clone was bid to $67,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 356 and a few 911s, plus a Ferrari F355 Berlinetta. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a paint-to-sample titanium original owner 1999 911 Coupe project car with engine trouble and 62,000 miles sold for $10,900. The seller stated that metal is in the oil and he suspected the IMS beginning to fail. I'll show more and talk about this 996 in today's short video. It's possibly a fair sale. An Arctic Silver, modified 42,000 mile 2001 911 Turbo Coupe slathered in carbon fiber and saddled with the pale gray mare's graphite gray, sold for $59,507. Equipped with aftermarket Stage 2 this and version 3 that, it's not surprising that the check engine light is illuminated. I would be wary. Sold on this platform last year for $65,000, today's sale may have been fair. A repainted white, single-family owned 1973 911T Targa sold for $62,000. Originally light yellow, you make the call. I mean no disrespect by the following comment. If the family chose to paint it white, and then they allowed the interior to degrade as it has, I worry about 100 other things that may or may not have been done. There's at least $50,000 in work and parts visible in the photos that needs to be replaced. This was well sold. Another poor choice on a repaint, a brown 1964 356C, sold for $74,000. Let's play make-believe again. Here's the choice. The sale price on this edges into the potential profit that might be achieved by returning this to slate gray. This was also well sold. An Arctic Silver hardtop for a 996 sold for $1,000. This was a fair sale for the right buyer, but less expensive tops can be sourced without the funky interior trim. For Ferrari, we have a Rosso Corsa Euro 1996 F355 Berlinetta with 27,000 kilometers that sold for $205,000. Challenging interior, at least for me, this was a little on the well-sold side. One Porsche on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 8th. A Guards Red 82,000 mile 2001 Porsche 911 C4 was bid to $22,250. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all 911s, plus my weekly preview of upcoming auctions. Hi there. In Porsche sales today on Bring a Trailer, a black 2004 911 C4S Coupe with 74,000 miles sold for $31,996. A poorly photographed car. This sale price surprises me, not because it's out of line, but simply because the car got there without a lot of interest and without much history from the seller. This was a fair sale. A white over red 50,000 mile 2006 911S Cabriolet sold for $43,500. Despite the fire inside, this was a fair sale, approaching a bargain. A nice agate gray 33,000 mile 2013 911 Coupe sold for $69,500. A fair sale. This car lacks a sunroof, and that's a draw to some. A red over black 1986 911 Targa with 65,000 miles sold for $70,500. Mechanically, this seems to have received quality care. The exterior of the car, however, doesn't excite me. This was a fair sale. An Agua Blue 1967 911S Coupe located in Germany sold for $190,000. I like this car, and I think it was a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this 911 in today's short video. Two Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 9th. A blue, backdated 1984 911 Coupe with 76,000 miles was bid to $132,000. A seal gray 32,000 mile 2003 911 Coupe was bid to $27,000. In upcoming sales, first on Bring a Trailer, a few Guards Red cars. An 11,000 mile 2010 Porsche 911 GT3 presented by a great seller has a current bid of $158,000. A 2018 GT3 with 13,000 miles is currently bid to $160,000. A 1988 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 slant nose with champagne interior has a current bid of $285,000. A Polar Silver Rest of World 1996 911 Turbo with 110,000 kilometers has a current bid of $111,993. A white 2011 Porsche 911 GT3 RS Sharkworks 4.1 with 21,000 miles is currently bid to $202,000. Midnight Blue 1992 911 Coupe presented by a good seller has a current bid of $89,964. A Basalt Black 2008 911 GT2 with 31,000 miles has a current bid of $182,000. A Rosso Corsa 1982 Ferrari 512 BPI with 9,000 kilometers presented by a great seller is currently bid to $280,000. On P-Car Market, a Nardo Gray 1970 Porsche 911 Coupe RSR style 3-liter has a current high bid of $85,911. A midnight blue 19,000 mile 2008 997 GT2 has a current high bid of $155,500. And a Zero California 14,000 mile 2006 911S Club Coupe is currently bid to $87,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all Porsches, Boxsters, a 928, and some 911s. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, an Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 1998 Boxster with 65,000 miles sold for $11,500. A great bargain as long as you can tolerate the interior. A Marine Blue 1987 928 S4 with 87,000 miles sold for $30,300. A little bit of a wonky smile on this car. This was a fair sale. A Guards Red 1977 911S Coupe slant nose conversion with 102,000 miles sold for $36,000. A steel body conversion. If you like the look, this was a steal, a cost-effective way to get it. This rides a bit high and has some rough spots, but at a glance, it may fool some folks. A repainted gold 1971 911T Targa project car sold for $36,500. Originally olive, this car needs a lot. Perhaps it was well sold. A Guards Red 28 years family-owned 1993 911 C4 Coupe with 104,000 miles sold for $86,500. A great-looking car at a good price. Except for the red piping on the seats. This was well purchased. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red over Black modified 2000 Boxster S with 102,000 miles sold for $9,600. The mods aren't too extensive, just enough to keep it from passing emissions in some states. This was a bargain. An Arctic Silver modified 2001 911 C4 Coupe rear drive conversion with 122,000 miles sold for $23,500. Not a fan. This may have been well purchased or fair. On P-Car Market, a triple black 39,000 mile 2010 Boxster sold for $26,500. A very nice 987.2, this was well purchased. A diamond blue over silver blue 1988 911 Targa commemorative edition with 175,000 miles sold for $57,000. 875 produced, 300 came to the US, 80 were Targas. This was probably a touch on the high side because of the mileage, and I love that. I love that it's been driven. I'll show more and talk about this 911 in today's short video. One Porsche on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 10th. A Grand Prix White 1992 911 Carrera RS Club Sport with 68,000 kilometers was bid to $265,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. All Porsches again today. Boxster, 911 Turbos, GT3s, and Outlaws. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red over Black 11,000 mile single family owned 2002 Boxster sold for $27,900. This car is literally like new, and the price paid is high. I will say though, in this condition, this was a fair sale. And the car looks better than any 986 I've seen. Another very nice 2002, this a 911 with 91,000 miles presented by a great seller, sold for $29,250. Again, a little on the high side, but pulled closer to fair based on its condition, other than the goofy gray interior. A GT Silver 37,000 mile 2004 911 40th anniversary sold for $50,750. The sale price is nearing the top end for a non-museum piece. This was high, but a fair sale. A Tangerine 1969 911T Coupe sold for $81,300. Not a bad car, and With just a few fixable items, this could be turned into a six-figure car. This was a fair sale. A Guards Red 11,000 mile 2010 911 GT3 presented by a great seller sold for $180,000. Another superb Guards Red car. This is a fat sale price justified by its condition. This was a fair sale, and the driving video isn't to be missed. I'll link to it below. A black Rest of World 1993 911 Turbo 3.6 with 31,000 kilometers sold for $370,000. This is a full price sale, and the car still needs a few things to be perfect. This was well sold. On Cars and Bids, a Seal Gray over Stone Gray 146,000 mile 2006 911 C4S Cabriolet sold for $28,750. A lot of miles, but the condition of the car is good. Still, this was slightly well sold. On P-Car Market, a Nardo Gray modified 1970 911 Coupe RSR style 3-liter sold for $162,500. The interior, aspirationally described as tasteful, is a bit too much. Actually, there's just too much of it. The dash and doors? No. Still, this was a fair sale, and I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. Two Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 11th. An Arctic Silver over a gloomy, ghostly graphite gray 39,000 mile 2003 911 Cabriolet was bid to $24,500. A Guards Red 2018 911 GT3 with 13,000 miles was bid to $160,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a handful of 911s, a GT4, and for Ferrari, a Redhead in yellow. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red 1986 944 with more than 129,000 miles sold for $18,650. The odometer hasn't moved the past several years, and the car's gone through a couple of sales and sale attempts. This was well sold. A Malaga Red over Black 145,000 mile rusty little one-owner 1976 914 2.0 sold for $22,500. While not too far out of line, this was well sold. A Glacier White 1999 911 C4 Coupe with 57,000 miles sold for $26,500. This was a fair price on a good car. A Light Bronze 1983 911 SC Coupe with 99,000 miles sold for $51,500. A fat price for this car in this condition. The seats need a lot of love. Well sold. Slate Gray 37,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $96,997. $100,000 is typically my target bargain price for a 997 Turbo. The interior on this pushes down that figure. Still, this was a fair sale. A Polar Silver over Blue 1996 911 Cabriolet with 93,000 miles sold for $65,000. Perhaps a little high. This is a decent car, but would have been more fairly priced in the 50s. A GT Silver 13,000 mile 2016 Cayman GT4 sold for $90,000. Base price for these GT4s was about $85,000. This seems to have been well sold today. A Guards Red 30,000 mile 1990 911 Coupe sold for $132,964. Acquired on this platform in June of last year for $126,000, I commented, despite the yellow interior, this car was a fair sale. Today, with 5,000 additional miles and $7,000 additional dollars, this pushed into the well-sold zone. For Ferrari today, a Gallo 1988 Testarossa with 46,000 miles sold for $112,000. $46,000 is higher than typical mileage. Regardless, this Redhead, in yellow, was well purchased. On P-Car Market, a Guards Red over Black 1982 911 SC Targa with 83,000 miles sold for $41,000. Sold with little information and a single bid, this SC was likely sold at a fair price. A remarkably clean Meridian 16,000 mile 2003 911 Coupe sold for $48,000. A top of market sale for this 996. See how the carpet improves the salty sea? Just imagine door caps in black. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. One Porsche on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 12th. A Guards Red 57,000 mile 2006 911 Coupe was bid to $31,997. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a Boxster, a pair of Cayman, a pair of 911 Targas, a pair of 911 Cabs. Ferraris include a Testarossa and an F430. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Rainforest Green over Savannah Beige 2000 Boxster S with 101,000 miles sold for $19,000. Some like the color combo. I guess it's swell if you're a Green Bay Packers or Oregon Ducks fan. This was a fair sale. Not great. A black 22,000 mile 2008 Cayman S Design Edition 1 sold for $39,250. Sold on this platform in February for $44,500 and refused by the buyer because of an undisclosed 1-inch bumper scratch. It was listed again in March and was bid to $38,250. When it first sold, I called it a high sale price for a 15-year-old car. It's still high. Well sold. Another black Cayman, this a 2014 S with 35,000 miles, sold for $48,231. Acquired here in 2020 for $42,500. This too was well sold. A black over champagne 1987 911 Targa with 155,000 miles sold for $71,000. The car is in nice condition despite the mileage. The price, though, is high. This was well sold. A repainted red 1974 911 Coupe sold for $42,500. Originally copper brown, repainting was a poor choice. This was probably a fair sale. A black 41,000 mile 2006 911 C4S Coupe sold for $62,500. The terracotta interior destroys this car for me, even though it does get softened by the black upper dash and door caps. This was on the high side of fair. A cherry metallic over red and beige 2021 911 Targa 4S Heritage Design Edition with 2,000 miles sold for $195,000. 992 of these were produced. This car does not interest me. The color choice is questionable. I don't like the Targa bar finish, and it's a ton of money. Sticker was $208,000. Well sold. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa Euro 1986 Testarossa with 92,000 kilometers sold for $97,000. A good car at a good price, this was well purchased. Another Rosso Corsa car, a 23,000 mile 2005 F430 6-speed conversion, sold for $130,500. I really like these. In addition to the conversion, a new AC was installed last year for $23,000. Acquired by a dealer, we'll probably see this again. This was well purchased. On cars and bids, 2 cabriolets. First, a black over gray 2001 Porsche 911 with 115,000 miles sold for $16,750. A huge bargain. This sale even included a hardtop. Wow. A Guards Red over Black 1983 911 SC with perhaps 75,000 miles sold for $37,509. A gray market car imported in 1991, the odometer stopped working for 15,000 miles. Uh-huh. The price isn't bad, but the car is a bit of a gamble. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 13th. An Orient Red 38,000 mile 2003 911 Turbo Coupe X50 was bid to $74,250. A Polar Silver Rest of World 1996 911 Turbo with 110,000 kilometers located in Canada was bid to $163,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, quite simply, some exceptional Porsches. 964, GT2, GT3 RS, GT4, turbos, and a Ferrari 550 Maranello. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, an Arctic Silver 2006 Cayman S with 72,000 miles sold for $25,500. This was a decent car, sold at a fair price. A Grand Prix White over Blue 1992 911 Cabriolet with 110,000 miles sold for $42,759. The grimace on the front of this 964 tells us the pain it has endured, lacking some attention to detail, several opportunities making this a fair purchase, perhaps a bargain in the making. An Atlas Gray over Black 2010 911 C4S Cabriolet with 60,000 miles sold for $57,000. About market price, I think it's high, but it's fair. A Polar Silver 1995 911 Coupe with 83,000 miles sold for $100,500. A high price, again, and again, likely close to market price. A GT Silver 2020 Cayman GT4 with 6,000 miles sold for $124,000. Sticker on this was $126,000. This was well sold. A gorgeous Midnight Blue 1992 911 Coupe with 108,000 miles sold for $110,964. To me, among the most desirable 911s I've seen, I love this car. The sale price was perhaps just into the well-sold zone. A Seal Gray, lightly modified 2003 911 Turbo Coupe with 69,000 miles sold for $62,000. A surprisingly high result considering the mods. The mods are subtle and appropriate, and they were given positive reinforcement in this auction, rather than being punished as is typical. This was a fair sale. A Basalt Black 2008 911 GT2 with 31,000 miles sold for $225,000. Only about 200 or so of these 997 GT2s came to the US. This was a nice car at a reasonable price for a GT2. It was a fair sale. A Carrera White 2011 911 GT3 RS Sharkworks 4.1 liter from a great seller sold for $338,000. This is likely more car than most know what to do with, perhaps including me. This must have been well sold. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa Japanese market 1998 550 Maranello with 43,000 kilometers located in Canada sold for $128,000. A low price, depressed by the car's northern location, this was well purchased. On Cars and Bids, a Guards Red 2020 Porsche Cayman GT4 with 3,300 miles sold for $116,500. Sticker was $119,000. This was well sold. On PCAR Market, a light blue 1982 911 SC Coupe backdate 3.2 liter sold for $151,000. A mostly tasteful backdate, the engine is from an 89 911 and it's mostly stock. This was likely a fair sale. A Guards Red 42,000 mile 1992 911 Turbo sold for $217,964. Another high dollar amount. This car's condition belies the recorded mileage. This was a fair sale. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a Boxster, a 911, and a 911 Turbo. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a midnight blue over Savannah beige yellow 49,000 mile 2004 Boxster S sold for $22,750. Despite the jaundiced interior, this was a fair sale. A black 25,000 mile 1999 911 Coupe sold for $36,000. An early model 996, this is subject to that particular micro market. The second owner has had this car for 22 years. This was a fair sale. A Polar Silver 40,000 mile 2002 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $63,500. A clean car, this sold at about the right price. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 15th. A repainted red 1968 912 Coupe was bid to $50,500. Originally tangerine, it was repainted this ruddy color. Mistake. A black 49,000 mile 1993 928 GTS was bid to $102,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, a pair of Porsches and a pair of Ferraris. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a seal gray 2003 911 C4S Coupe with 52,000 miles sold for $41,996. I like 996 C4Ss, and this one seems to be very nice. Some chatter about mileage inconsistency and the specific IMS replacement held down the bidding. This appears to have been well purchased. An Arena Red 1996 911 Coupe with 86,000 miles sold for $71,993. The old shade photography trick. The exterior of this 993 is attractive. This was a fair sale. For Ferrari, yesterday I missed a car, a blue Chiaro over beige, yellow, 1991 Mondial T Cabriolet with 81,000 miles, presented by a good seller, sold for $66,000. High mileage for a Ferrari. This color, even over yellow, is a winner. This was a fair sale. A Rosso Corsa 1982 512 BBI with 9,000 kilometers, presented by a great seller, sold for $335,000. A beautifully presented low-mile car, this was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this BBI in today's short video. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 16th. A copper 1977 924 was bid to $4,600. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all Porsche 911s, S's, Cab, Targa, and C4. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Meteor Gray 2007 911 C4 Coupe with 73,000 miles sold for $43,000. A nice-looking car, this was a fair sale. A silver over black 1986 911 Targa with 113,000 miles sold for $50,500. This seems like a bit of a low price for this example. Well purchased. A Guards reddish 10,000 mile 1997 911S sold for $208,000. I'm surprised this went as high as it did. I would call the bidding frothy. It's not a good Guards red. The photos and presentation were subpar. Well sold. On PCAR Market, a Guards red over black 1987 911 Cabriolet with, let's guess, 225,000 miles, 167,000 miles indicated, broken odometer for 10 years, sold for $45,000. Lots of questions. Poor photography, some of which was taken who knows how long ago, appears to show two different sets of wheels. Enough. Well sold. A GT Silver 2010 911S Coupe with 48,000 miles sold for $62,750. A decent car. This was outside the fair price zone. Well sold. And a Zero California 14,000 mile 2006 911 Club Coupe sold for $112,000. 1 of 50 produced. I really like these. And this one is even more rare as it sports the Aero Kit, 1 of only 6. This is likely a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. 2 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 17th. A Guards Red over Luxor Beige 25,000 mile 2013 Boxster S was bid to $44,000. A white 2012 911 GT3 Cup car presented by a great seller was bid to $111,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include 3 911 cabs, 1 a turbo slant nose, a pair of 944s, and a Ferrari Mondial T cab. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a 1-owner Glacier Blue 1989 944 2.7 liter with 68,000 miles sold for $22,500. An extremely clean, well-kept car. This was a fair sale. A GT Silver over Stone Gray 2005 911 Cabriolet with 58,000 miles sold for $37,000. A clean, attractive car. This was a fair sale. A triple black 2003 911 C4 Cabriolet with 128,000 miles sold for $24,250. This was a nice cab at a nice price. I'll say this was well purchased. A black over gray-green 1986 911 Cabriolet M491 with 67,000 miles sold for $96,999. An uncommon color combination. This is a great-looking wide-body car. The sale price is high. This was well sold. A jet black over black 2022 911 GTS Coupe with 2,400 miles sold for $173,000. Fitted with the factory Aero Kit, sticker on this 992 was $165,000. This was well sold. A Guards Red over Champagne 1988 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 slant nose with 2,700 miles sold for $332,000. This cab is in like new condition, with a yellowish interior made 8 times worse with the yellow steering wheel. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. For Ferrari, a black over beige, yellow 1989 Mondial T Cabriolet with 25,000 miles sold for $77,500. Another very clean car. This was a fair sale. On Cars and Bids, an India Red over beige modified 1988 Porsche 944 Turbo with at least 90,000 miles sold for $23,400. The seller acquired this car last year, and the mods are minor, but there is cosmetic damage everywhere on this car. This was perhaps a fair sale. 4 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 18th. A Minerva Blue 1976 911S Targa was bid to $56,500. A black 3.8-liter powered 2014 Cayman with 49,000 miles was bid to $63,000. A black 1991 911 Turbo with 87,000 miles was bid to $124,000. A Basalt Black 9,000-mile 2008 911 Coupe presented by a great seller was bid to $54,500. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, 6 topless Porsches in cab or Targa form, and a pair of Ferraris. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a triple black 1999 911 Cabriolet with 100,000 miles sold for $21,750. Relisted after an unpaid title issue following a sale here in February at $21,450, I called it well purchased, as it should be today, but those prices are too close in time to make it other than a fair sale. A summer yellow over black, 1976 914 2.0 liter, sold for $22,914. A sale that included both fuel injection and carburetors, this was a fair price. A lapis blue over Savannah beige 2001 Boxster S with 65,000 miles, presented by a great seller, sold for $29,000. Sold here last year for $17,250. I said that was a good purchase as long as the interior could be tolerated. This is a nice car last year, and its appearance in this auction was even better. This was well sold. A midnight blue over black and stone gray 16,000 mile 2007 Boxster S sold for $33,250. A very nice car. This was a fair sale price. A triple black 37,000 mile 2010 911 S Cabriolet sold for $60,000. Sold here last year for $64,000. I called that a fully priced sale. Today it's nearly fully priced. A Nordic gold over black 20,000 mile 2008 911 Targa 4S sold for $82,500. A fat price for a relatively uncommon color. The bidders all hope that the relatively limited production causes this example to retain its value. I don't see that happening to this extent. This 997 was well sold. A maritime blue 1993 968 Club Sport with 69,000 kilometers sold for $83,000. I really like 968s, and the Club Sports were unattainable here in the U.S. This great car was sold at a fair price. I'll show more and talk about it in today's short video. A silver, one-owner 1985 911 Coupe with 101,000 miles sold for $84,000. Okay, it's time machine time. It's 1985 and you want to special order the color of your 911. And you pick silver? Odd. This was on the high side of fair. A cream white modified 40,000 mile 2009 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $130,000. Fitted with a replacement interior, suspension, and exhaust, this was just too much. Very well sold. A black supercharged 1996 911 Coupe 3.8 liter with 70,000 miles sold for $172,000. The engine was built by Patrick Motorsports, and lots of additional mods were performed. Still, I think this was a fair sale price. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 19,000 mile 1990 Testarossa sold for $125,000. A nice car, this was a fair sale. A blue Chiaro 1988 412 GT with 33,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $185,000. I am stunned by this huge sale price. Wow. On PCAR Market, a white modified 1974 911 Coupe sold for $52,000. An interesting build. 997 seats, fiberglass fender flares, an RS spec 2.7-liter engine. This seems like a huge bargain. One Porsche on Cars and Bids was bid with its reserve price not met today, April 19th. A black 2006 911 Coupe with 77,000 miles was bid to $35,250. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, all Porsches, including a 356, a 944, a Boxster, and 911s in coupe, Targa, and cabriolet form. Hi there. In Porsche sales today on Bring a Trailer, an Arctic Silver 2003 911 Coupe with 89,000 miles sold for $27,000. A little pricey, but still a fair sale. Another Arctic Silver over Black 911 Cabriolet, this a 50,000 mile 2002, presented by a great seller, sold for $33,000. This car is a leap above the previous car, and a chunk of change more. This was well sold. A speed yellow over black 23,000 mile 2002 Boxster S, sold for $30,000. A nice low mile Boxster. I like it, but the price is high. Well sold. A black over cork 1978 911 SC Targa with 161,000 miles, sold for $41,750. The comments about this car suggested a good buy. I do not concur. At best, I think this was a fair price. A triple black 1997 911 C4 Cabriolet with 92,000 miles, sold for $55,000. Sold here 2 years ago for $45,000. This was a fair sale. A silver 2.7-liter powered 1970 911T Coupe, presented by a great seller, sold for $100,000. Sold here in 2018 for $61,000 and 2019 for $69,000. Today this 911 was well sold. A light ivory 1965 356 SC Coupe, sold for $126,000. The stated restoration goal on this car was high-level driver, and it is. This seems like a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this 356 in today's short video. On Cars and Bids, an Arctic Silver over Black 2002 911 Targa with 123,000 miles, sold for $28,500. Yes, you heard right. Another Arctic Silver over Black open-top 911. This was a fair sale, on the edge of well sold. A triple blue 2001 911 Cabriolet Lapis over Metropolitan with 88,000 miles, sold for $23,500. A clean 996. This baby blue boy was well purchased. A midnight blue over the sad specter of a sandy beige interior 2007 911 S Cabriolet with 107,000 miles, sold for $33,669. A bargain price for those tolerant of the interior. This sale included the hardtop. On PCAR Market, a Sienna Red 1983 944 sold for $8,500. A decent car at a good price. Well purchased. 3 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 20th. A yellow, open cockpit 911 race car was bid to $25,000. A silver RSR style 1972 911T 2.7-liter was bid to $127,500. An Irish Green 26 years owned 1970 911S Coupe was bid to $137,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, lots of Porsches, including cars from a 912 and 914 to a 991 Speedster, plus a Ferrari F430 Spider. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a black 1986 944 with 64,000 miles sold for $22,500. This appears to have been a fair sale price. An Arctic Silver over Boxster Red 18,000 mile 1998 Boxster, presented by a great seller, sold for $24,950. This color combo is not my thing. This seller, though, does present great-looking cars. This was a high price, fair for the mileage and condition. An Arctic Silver 43,000 mile 1999 911 Coupe sold for $31,500. Sold on this platform in December for $35,000. Today's sale price was likely fair. A GT Silver 2004 911 40th Anniversary Edition with 96,000 miles sold for $32,000. The mileage on this damped the bidding. This was on the line between well purchased and fair. A Guards Red over Cashmere beige, 21 years owned, 1990 911 Cabriolet, sold for $40,250. Not a perfect car, as evidenced by the sad front end, wonky glove box, and more. This was still well purchased. A Grand Prix White 1986 911 Coupe with 113,000 miles, sold for $86,911. This car cuts a nice silhouette, one with which I'm both familiar and a fan. This was a high price and a fair sale. A jet black 8,000 mile 2016 Cayman GT4 sold for $107,100. Sticker price on this was $115,000. This was well sold. A white Rest of World RSR style 1975 911 Coupe twin plug 3-liter sold for $108,000. A whole lot of car for the money. This was well purchased. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. A black 42,000 mile 1986 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $151,000. A very nice example, this was well sold. A triple black 2019 911 Speedster with 8,000 miles sold for $335,000. Roughly $80,000 over sticker. This was well sold. On PCAR Market, a Saturn Yellow over Black 1972 914 2.1 liter sold for $13,500. A Happy 914. This car included a body color target top and was well purchased. A Midnight Blue over Gray 2000 911 Cabriolet with 117,000 miles sold for $18,500. A low price for a car with many opportunities. This was a fair sale. A silverish 1969 912 Coupe project car sold for $22,555. This appears to have been a bit on the well-sold side. It's rough. A black 38,000 mile 1996 911 C4S sold for $139,000. A big number here, and yet a fair sale. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over Tan 6,000 mile 2007 F430 Spider sold for $350,000. A very low mileage example, this beauty was well sold. 2 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 21st. A black 2003 911 Turbo Coupe was bid to $31,250. A Riviera Blue RSR style 1974 911 Coupe 3.2 liter was bid to $135,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a Boxster, a 944, and 911s. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Seal Gray over Black 2001 Boxster with 60,000 miles sold for $14,750. A nice car for the money. This was well purchased. A Guards Red modified 1986 944 Turbo with 143,000 miles sold for $21,000. Many engine mods and upgrades were recently performed. It's not perfect, but this high-mileage 944 was likely a fair sale. An Arctic Silver Martini Racing Look 1999 911 Coupe with 73,000 miles sold for $26,500. I know a boy that has a scooter just like this. This 996 seems in good condition, and the price was about fair. A Speed Yellow 10,000 mile 2006 911S Coupe sold for $66,000. A fabulous looking car. This sale price was high, and it was fair. A Guards Red over Black 1989 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 35,000 miles sold for $188,930. Bid to $200,000 in March. A non-paying bidder caused this to be presented for sale today. This appears to have been a fair sale on a very nice car. A Carrera White modified 2011 911 GT3 RS with 19,000 miles sold for $246,000. Lots of mods on this 997. This was likely a fair sale, perhaps a slight bargain. I'll show more and talk about this RS in today's short video. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 22nd. A red over beige, 30 years owned, 1986 Ferrari Mondial 3.2 Cabriolet was bid to $44,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, a handful of Porsches, 356, 968, and a few 911s. Hi there. A special note as we start today. I had the pleasure of attending a Bring a Trailer alumni gathering in Los Angeles Saturday. There were perhaps 75 cars and hundreds of spectators. The event was hosted by the Motoring Club and Coffee Shop. It was a fun, casual event with a diverse crowd, and cars included a Honda 600 powered by a Honda VFR motorcycle engine, and several nice Porsches. My favorite? This petrol blue 1978 928. The car is spectacular, and the owner a very nice fellow. Thanks to Randy and his team from Bring a Trailer and to the Motoring Club. In Porsche sales today on Bring a Trailer, an Arctic Silver over Blue 32,000 mile 2000 911 Coupe with 32,000 miles presented by a great seller sold for $31,000. Sold on this platform last year for $29,500, this was a fair sale, buttressed by the seller's reputation, car preparation, and presentation. An Amazon Green 1992 968 Coupe with 70,000 miles sold for $45,968. Acquired last year for $32,250, it's had paint correction and a new set of tires fitted. This sold above its sticker price. Well sold. A ruby red, 20 years owned 1963 356B Coupe sold for $59,875. A decent car, this was a fair sale. A Meteor Gray, 50,000 mile 2008 911 C4S Coupe sold for $65,000. Strong 997 prices have been with us for a while now. This is another example. This was well sold. A GT Silver 19,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $136,555. A fat sale price here. This was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this pricey turbo in today's short video. One car on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 23rd. A Rosso Corsa 1989 Ferrari 328 GTS with 19,000 miles was bid to $105,328. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a few 911s, a Spider, plus a Ferrari 550 Barchetta, and a look at upcoming sales. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red 29,000 mile 1987 924S sold for $16,500. Given the mileage, this seems to have been a bargain. Well purchased. A Platinum 9,000 mile 1983 911 SC Coupe sold for $117,000. This is a beautiful car. This was a fair sale. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa over Nero 468 mile 2001 550 Barchetta Pininfarina sold for $715,000. A stunning example of a limited production model, only 448 made. A previous Concours winner, this was very well sold. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. On P-Car Market, a Seal Gray over Blue 2001 Porsche 911 C4 Coupe with 72,000 miles sold for $26,500. An interesting color combination. This was a fair sale. A black GT3 style 2005 911S Coupe with 62,000 miles sold for $46,500. Not too bad in the looks department for an attempted conversion. This seems to have been a fair sale. A Carrera White over Bordeaux Red 7,000 mile 2021 Boxster Spider sold for $114,982. The sticker on this was $115,000. This was well sold. Two cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 24th. A Carrera White over Sand Beige 25,000 mile 2007 Boxster S was bid to $31,500. A red 1969 Ferrari 365 GT 2+2 was bid to $220,000. In upcoming sales on Bring a Trailer, a midnight blue 75,000 kilometer 2007 Porsche 911 Turbo Coupe located in Canada has a current bid of $72,000. A GTS Red 2009 Cayenne GTS with 145,000 miles has a current bid of $21,250. A Cobalt Blue 1991 911 Coupe with 78,000 miles has a current bid of $96,400. Yummy. A different Cobalt Blue over Classic Gray 21 years owned 1992 911 C4 Targa with 62,000 miles has a current bid of $80,000. An Olympic Blue, I know, all these blues. An Olympic Blue 2023 911 GT3 Touring with 150 miles has a current bid of $285,000. A silver 1989 911 Coupe Anniversary Edition has a current bid of $91,111. A black 27,000 mile 1997 911 Turbo is currently bid to $306,000. A GT Silver 17,000 kilometer 2005 Carrera GT located in Canada has a current bid of $1,054,000. Beautiful, even with the terracotta. A Rosso Corsa 1983 Ferrari 512 BBI with 24,000 miles is currently bid to $210,512. A red 1966 330 GTC has a current bid of $395,000. On Cars and Bids, an Arena Red 1996 Porsche 911 Turbo with 43,000 miles has a current bid of $170,000. On P-Car Market, a Grand Prix White 44,000 mile 1993 911 Carrera RS America is currently bid to $25,964. An Arctic Gray 2023 911 GT3 has a current high bid of $123,456. An Aqua Blue over Stone Gray 2009 911 Cabriolet has yet to receive any bids. A blue Pozzi 2006 Ferrari F430 Berlinetta with 17,000 miles has a current bid of $10,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 928, a Spider, a pair of 911s, and a pair of 911Ss. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a silver over black and white plaid run amok 1976 911S Targa sold for $45,432. Plaid everywhere. This was likely a fair sale. A speed yellow 46,000 mile 2004 911 Coupe sold for $64,996. A big sale price for a 996, the Yellow Plus Aero Kit brought all the money today. However, Aero Kits on these late 996s are uncommon. This was a fair sale. I'll show more and talk about this 996 in today's short video. Another Aero Kit equipped car, this a Basalt Black 24,000 mile 2007 911S Coupe sold for $77,997. Another high sale price, this one well sold, yet Another AeroKit car, this a Guards Red 1995 911 Coupe with 59,000 miles, sold for $96,000. Acquired last year for $85,000, today's sale price was high. I want to say it's well sold, but it seems fair. A Gentian Blue over Black 2021 Boxster Spider with 6,000 miles, sold for $132,134. Sticker price on this was $122,000. This was well sold. On PCAR Market, a paint-to-sample Garnet Red 1985 928S with 100,000 miles, sold for $14,000. Not a great deal of detail on this car. It may have been worth a roll of the dice, as long as changing the interior color is factored in. Champagne isn't working for me. 4 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 25th. A Marble over Blue 1986 911 Targa with 63,000 miles was bid to $48,200. Gray? Really? Boy. A Champagne Yellow over Black 1966 911 Coupe was bid to $132,433. A Guards Reddish 17,000 mile 1994 911 Speedster was bid to $149,000. This auction suffered a bad combination of a poor Guards Red and even worse photography and color consistency. A GT Silver over Black 2900 mile 2010 911 Turbo Cabriolet was bid to $172,000. Black? Gray? Ugh. A special edition today is this Carrera White over Sand Beige 2006 911 Cabriolet that sold for $26,997. It's a Tiptronic car that has covered almost 240,000 miles. Impressive. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, lots of cars. Porsches include a 356, a pair of 912s, many 911s, and for Ferrari, a Testarossa. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer, I missed a car yesterday. This Arctic Silver over Black 2004 911 C4 Cabriolet with 62,000 miles sold for $27,911. A decent car, this was a fair sale. Today, a repainted red 1967 912 soft window Targa project car sold for $12,750. Originally black, a definite project. This was probably a fair price for a chassis. A violet Chromaflare 2000 911 C4 Millennium Edition with 59,000 miles sold for $30,500. These MEs have really interesting paint and really orangish interiors. This was a fair sale. A slate gray 2005 911S Coupe with 58,000 miles sold for $33,250. Bid to $36,000 last month, the seller let it go today, and this was well purchased. A repainted burgundy 1966 912 Coupe sold for $72,000. Originally Bahama yellow, the paint on this 912 is nice and the interior is well finished. This was well sold. A GTS red 2009 Cayenne GTS with 145,000 miles sold for $36,772. A huge number for this mileage. Regardless of condition, this was well sold. An Atlas Gray over Graphite 40,000 mile 2004 911 C4S Cabriolet sold for $39,000. A car begging for some contrast inside. Otherwise, this is a fabulous car. This was well purchased. A Grand Prix White over Blue 1989 911 Cabriolet sold for $62,000. Nice color combination. A very nice car and a bargain for a 3.2. Another 3.2 car, this a black 1986 911 coupe with 100,000 miles, sold for $68,000. Nice and well purchased. A modified 16,000 mile 2008 911 C4S coupe, sold for $78,500. Lots of mods on this, and it brought a larger price than I expected. This was well sold. A midnight blue 75,000 kilometer 2007 911 turbo coupe located in Canada, sold for $92,911. A touch on the low side, I think the location damped bidding. This was well purchased. A silver 1957 356A coupe presented by a great seller, sold for $150,000. Bid to $135,000 in February. Today the car seems to have been a fair sale. High, but still fair. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa 31,000 mile 1990 Testarossa, sold for $130,000. With a major service just 2,000 miles ago, this appears to have been a fair sale price. On Cars and Bids, a modified Arena Red 1996 Porsche 911 Turbo with 43,000 miles, sold for $187,993. A good-looking car at a reasonable price, this appears to have been well purchased. On PCAR Market, a light bronze over Cadbury Brown 1983 911 SC Cabriolet with 87,000 miles, sold for $46,911. An interesting color combination. I like this, and it was well purchased. A modified Grand Prix White 44,000 mile 1993 911 RS America, sold for $115,000. An odd selection to modify, as only 700 of these were produced. This appears to have been well purchased. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. 3 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 26th. A very Guards Red 1993 968 Club Sport with 75,000 kilometers was bid to $71,000. A Cobalt Blue 1991 911 Coupe with 78,000 miles was bid to $102,000. A black 1997 911 C4S with 68,000 miles was bid to $122,000. On Cars and Bids, a black 2022 Cayman GTS 4.0 with 2,500 miles was bid to $83,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, lots of 911s, including a few turbos and a GT3 and a Ferrari 512 TR. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, an Arctic Silver 2003 911 Coupe with 121,000 miles, sold for $24,000. With a lightly updated suspension, this 996 was well purchased. Another Arctic Silver 911, this a 2002 911 C4S Coupe with 74,000 miles, sold for $41,250. Sold here last year for $43,755. This was a fair sale price for a great all-around performer. A black over linen 1988 911 Targa with 136,000 miles, sold for $60,500. I like this car, and I like the price, but for the mileage I think it's a bit high. This was well sold. Another Targa, this a cobalt blue over gray, 21 years owned 1992 911 C4 Targa with 62,000 miles, sold for $85,500. I'm not typically a Targa fan, but the last car and this one are both lookers. This car has a few needs, and it was well purchased. A triple black 2009 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 48,000 miles, sold for $91,000. Bid to $76,000 last fall, this was a fair sale price. A signal orange 1970 911T coupe sold for $115,000. A clean car, this was a fair sale price. A black 24,000 mile 2010 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $172,000. A pristine example, this 997.2 was well sold. I'll show more and talk about this 997 in today's short video. An Olympic Blue 150 mile 2023 911 GT3 Touring sold for $295,000. Sticker was $231,000. This was well sold. For Ferrari, a Rosso Corsa Euro 1994 512 TR with 28,000 kilometers sold for $255,512. This seems to have been a fair sale price for this successor to the Testarossa. On Cars and Bids, an Atlas Gray 2007 Porsche 911 Turbo Coupe with 20,000 miles sold for $132,000. Uncommon color, low miles, and a carbon package and sport chrono, plus the extra clean condition. These each contribute to value. However, I think this pushed beyond fair and crossed over into well sold. On P-Car Market, a black 1987 944 with unknown miles sold for $67.50. The old broken odometer story. This was still a fair sale. A Guards Red 23,000 mile 2006 911S Aero Kit sold for $70,000. A great looking car. This was a high price and a fair sale. And it could also be rationalized as a bargain without too much effort. A white 2,000 mile 2016 Boxster Spider sold for $96,055. The sticker on this 981 was $98,000. This was well sold. 3 cars on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 27th. A Maritime Blue Rest of World 1993 968 Coupe with 52,000 kilometers was bid to $35,000. A white RS style 1970 911T Coupe 3.2 liter was bid to $66,000. A Rosso Corsa 1983 Ferrari 512 BBI was bid to $229,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include coupes, cabs, turbos, and outlaws. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Palladio 45,000 mile 1999 911 Coupe sold for $24,996. A very nice, clean 996. This was a fair sale. A midnight blue over Savannah Beige 2002 911 Cabriolet with 53,000 miles sold for $27,000. A Betty or Bedye, beautiful exterior, disappointing yellow interior. This was a fair sale price. Here we go again. A midnight blue over Sand Beige 2006 Cayman S with 59,000 miles sold for $30,871. If I were doing a bibliography, I would write Ibid. This interior is slightly more palatable than the 911s. This was a fair sale price. A Guards Red modified 1986 911 Turbo Coupe with 119,000 miles sold for $76,001. Several modifications here. K27 turbocharger, a European spec fuel system, new intercooler, wastegate, and exhaust system. This was likely a fair sale, a car for those that are open to mods. Purists need not apply. A silver 1989 911 Coupe Anniversary Edition with 70,000 miles sold for $110,000. Bid to $99,000 in January of last year. This is one of 300. This 911 sold at a high price. On Cars and Bids, a triple black 2004 911 Turbo Cabriolet with 81,000 miles sold for $45,000. A little bit of a bargain here. This was well purchased. On P-Car Market, a beautiful garnet red 1986 944 Turbo with 67,000 miles sold for $26,000. The paint on this car looks excellent, and the interior is one of many shades, but it is manageable. This sale price was on the high side of fair. A Cockney Brown modified 1975 911 Carrera Coupe 3.6 liter sold for $150,000. Lots of money went into this build, and two different owners contributed to the work. It seems like at least a fair sale price, perhaps a bargain. I'll show more and talk about this car in today's short video. 4 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 28th. A black over Savannah beige 49,000 mile 2001 Boxster S was bid to $17,750. A red Safari style 1985 911 coupe with 175,000 miles was bid to $100,000. An Etna blue over red 1961 356B Super 90 Cabriolet was bid to $106,000. A Tornado red modified 1984 911 Coupe M491 race car was bid to $175,000. For Ferrari, a red 1966 330 GTC was bid to $485,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, Porsches include a 944, a Boxster, and a pair of 911s. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red 1987 944 Turbo with 95,000 miles sold for $26,000. A clean car, well presented, this seems like a fair sale. A modified Seal Gray 2005 911 Coupe with 117,000 miles sold for $26,500. A great bargain on a nice-looking car. This was very well purchased. A white over black 2013 Boxster S with 54,000 miles sold for $45,250. This 981 seems to have been sold at a fair sale price. A silver 25 years owned 1987 911 Coupe with 89,000 miles sold for $77,000. Not a lot of info and nearly zero seller involvement. This was a fair sale despite these obstacles. 2 Porsches on Bring a Trailer were bid with their reserves not met today, April 29th. A red, repainted 1969 912 Coupe 4-speed was bid to $47,912. A Guards Red over Black 1987 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 Slant Nose was bid to $150,000. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well. Today, some really lovely Porsches and some high prices. Also, my look at upcoming sales. Hi there. In Porsche sales on Bring a Trailer today, a Guards Red 49,000 mile 1999 Boxster sold for $17,500. This sale included a hardtop and it was well purchased. A Grand Prix White 1994 968 Coupe with 81,000 miles sold for $27,500. Look at that interior. Unsold when bid to $26,000 in November, today's sale price was fair. A cobalt blue over terracotta 2006 911 Cabriolet with 91,000 miles sold for $37,500. This is my favorite exterior color. The interior is someone else's favorite. This was a reasonably priced fair sale. A basalt black 33,000 mile 2007 911 Turbo Coupe sold for $88,888. Lots of preventative maintenance was performed in this car the past few years. This was well purchased. A midnight blue 49,000 mile 1996 911 Targa sold for $101,000. A beautiful car. This sale price was on the high side of fair. A Guards Red over Black 1986 911 Targa M491 with 132,000 miles sold for $137,491. I am puzzled. Fewer than 60 of these were brought to the U.S. in 1986. This example has had an accident, most panels have been repainted, and it has non-standard parts, and still, it was a high sale price. A burgundy red 1969 911S Coupe sold for $151,911. This is a barn find. Sitting from the late 80s until 2014, this S was likely a fair sale today. For anyone that doubts or doesn't know that a 50-year-old car can be exhilarating, the driving video linked below is a superb learning opportunity, and it definitely contributed to the final sale price. A Guards Red 1995 911 Carrera RS Club Sport with 38,000 kilometers sold for $296,000. A very high sale price. I'll show more and talk about this RS in today's short video. A black 27,000 mile 1997 911 Turbo S sold for $465,000. One of 175 made for the US, this is a tremendous price for this 993, and it was very well sold. One Porsche on Bring a Trailer was bid with its reserve not met today, April 30th. A silver 1982 928S with a broken odometer was bid to $5,500. In upcoming sales, a black 106-mile 2009 Porsche 911 Turbo Coupe has a current bid of $175,000. A Guards Red 1988 959 Comfort has a current bid of $1,002,959. Yummy. A Chalk 7,000-mile 2018 911 GT3 Touring has a current bid of $185,000. An Emerald Green 1972 911T Coupe has a current bid of $90,000. A Carrera White 2,800-mile 2022 911 GT3 has a current bid of $195,000. An Aventura Green 1996 911 C4S with 77,000 miles presented by a great seller has a current bid of $111,993. A Prugna 1989 Ferrari 328 GTB with 45,000 miles has a current bid of $100,328. A gorgeous black 1973 365 GTB4 Daytona Berlinetta presented by a great seller has a current bid of $560,000. A Rosso Chiaro over black 1974 Dino 246 GTS has a current bid of $100,000. On P-Car Market, an 800-mile 2019 Porsche 911 Speedster has a current bid of $250,000. My honorable mention car this week is a 2019 911 GT2 RS in Python Green Chroma Flare with 178 miles that has a current bid of $425,000. PDK, of course. Porsche produces only a handful of these Chroma Flare cars each year. This paint was a $130,000 option on a $300,000 car. Yowza. That's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be well.